Whitehall, a grand corridor of government and memory, carries the breadth of centuries through its stately facades. On most days, it thrums with the sound of footsteps and passing motorcades, but on Remembrance Sunday, time seems to still. The city itself lowers its voice. For Mira Ellison, a photojournalist assigned to cover the Cenotaph ceremony, it was her first Remembrance Day in London. Having recently returned from documenting conflict zones abroad, the assignment felt like a quiet reprieve. Solemn, yes, but dignified. Safe. She arrived early that morning to claim a vantage point near the press enclosure. Camera slung across her shoulder, her breath turning to mist in the crisp November air. As the crowd began to form, silence gradually swept through Whitehall like a tide. The Queen's Guard stood motionless. Wreaths were laid. Bugles wept softly into the hush. It was then, during the 2 minutes of silence, that Mira saw him. A man in full World War I uniform, standing motionless near the base of the Cenotaph, a few paces apart from the officials and guards. He was tall, his posture rigid yet weary, the fabric of his greatcoat glinting faintly with frost. Unlike the ceremonial guards, he had no rifle, no modern medals, just an old cap tilted slightly to one side, and a fixed, unreadable gaze directed not at the monument, but beyond it, as if watching a horizon no one else could see. Mira instinctively lifted her camera, but through the lens, he wasn't there. She lowered it. The figure remained just as still. Curious now, she stepped away from the media cordon, edging closer, weaving through wreaths of poppies and bowed heads. The soldier never moved, though a strange pressure filled the air around him, like the moment before a storm, or the seconds before an IED blast in her memories. When she reached the spot where he stood, she blinked. He was gone. No footsteps, no breeze, just the faint scent of wet stone and tobacco smoke, the kind found in old barracks. Confused, Mira turned back toward the crowd, but a nearby veteran, a silver-haired man with campaign ribbons across his chest, was watching her. His face was pale. "You saw him, didn't you?" he asked. Mira hesitated. "The man by the Cenotaph." The old soldier nodded slowly. "You're not the first. Every few years, someone spots him during the silence. Always alone. Always on the 11th hour. Who was he?" she asked. "No one knows for certain," he replied. "Could be any of them, really. Maybe all of them. Maybe it's just their way of reminding us that some part of them still stands here, waiting to be remembered." Later that evening, Mira developed her photos. They captured the crisp uniforms of today's regiments, the fluttering flags, the solemn march of royalty and clergy. But in the wide shot of the Cenotaph, just barely visible, was a shadow where no person stood, a faint outline, human-shaped, facing east. Mira printed that photo, framed it, and left it on her mantle every November. Not as a mystery, but as a witness. Because some ghosts don't haunt. They simply stand watch. Many thanks for treading this tale's dark path. If its chill gripped you, like, subscribe, and comment below.